content over everything.
I'm saying, my argument is not that. Yeah, Brexit can be good for this country. I'm not saying it can be bad because we don't know yet. For sure. It can be good. It can be bad. If it can be bad, it will be for another 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. It will be bad, and then we will get back on. I'm saying there are people, and I listen to news, and I say that if Brexit go ahead, one of the things Brexit will do that it will take the regulations that the EU has put on, it will take it out. And when the regulation goes out, there are people who are in favour of privatisation.
But there always will be. That's what we do with Brexit.
But the European Union is all about big business. This is the opposite. This is about we can go back to small businesses and freedom of trading and all of these things. So I would say perhaps the opposite of what you're saying, because globalism is coming directly from the EU. Big business, globalism, regulation, all of these things. It's actually what we want to withdraw from. This is where I think Brexit.
So no, but is globalism bad?
Yeah, it is. It is for one reason, because it depends how you see. Globalism sees markets. They don't see people, they see markets. I'm not a market, I'm a person. I don't want to be treated as someone I can buy your stuff off. I don't want to buy your stuff. That's the problem with globalisation. Again, I don't mind mixing with other cultures.
So you would say individuality or isolate yourself as good?
I don't think, well, there's got to be a balance, but at the moment there is a balance.
Globalism is inhuman because it deals purely and simply with profits.
I'll tell you what, my friend,
that's why
I'm going to give it in context, and obviously what...
No, but if you isolate yourself,
let me explain something.
I'm going to do things, I'm going to do things that
bad
might be bad for others.
That's fair enough. I'll tell you what, let me give you an example. I'm totally against any war that happened in the Middle East because I don't think the Middle East had anything to do with it. It was America's capitalism based on globalism. That was because of globalisation. The countries in the Middle East were absolutely messed up, oil stolen, diamonds, Libya's gold for globalisation.
That's capitalism.
That's globalisation because of globalisation. If, let's say, you had a separate border...
No, I'm not talking about the bit. I am talking about that when immigrants are following around the world. I'm talking about that. If you are talking, say, capitalism is trying to go everywhere in the world and create problem, which it is, I agree with you.
That's because of globalisation. It's made it easier. It's broke down borders. It's broke down...
Capitalism evolved into globalism.
Exactly.
It's a natural thing.
Exactly.
This is where it's always going to go.
Exactly.
This is why any solution that brings it back to a more human level, for me, has got to be the best thing.
Exactly right.
So then the Western world is a hypocrite then?
Oh, well, I think I say that, yeah. I think they say that.
I've been telling this for years.
This gentleman
Nobody agreed.
Well, yeah, they are.
See,
yeah.
so then would you understand when let's say somebody comes to this country, runs away from the wars which has been created by the West, and
Not
they
by
come.
me, though,
No. When I say West, you have to understand. We are not saying every single Westerner.
Sure.
We are saying the masters or the leaders, the elites.
of the West have never,
When they go create problem in the, let's say in the Muslim world, and the Muslims, they carry their bags and come here, they love their religion, they love their culture, and if they practice all their religion and their culture, and when they see something wrong, and they speak out, is it okay?
But it depends what you're saying wrong, because I can't come to your country and say, no, you're doing this wrong.
No.
But yes, you
but
should be allowed.
that country doesn't claim.
You should be allowed.
No.
You should be allowed to.
Okay, remember the motto. This is a democratic country, free man's country.
Correct.
Freedom of religion.
Correct.
Freedom of expression.
Exactly.
Freedom of speech.
Yep.
Always remember, freedom.
Yep.
So, if I come as a Muslim here,
Yep.
and I practice my religion, I express myself in a way that I love my culture, the good bits, and when I see the Western governments doing something wrong, and I say
You
something,
should protest against it. Yeah.
yes. So am I exercising these rights?
Oh yeah. We're here that for that.
No, but then why so many people I feel that they tell me, oh, your religion is horrible, and religion is this and that.
I ain't that old, but from my experience going to university, jobs I do, etc.
Yeah.
99% of people, even the place they say the kind of chav centrals or whatever, I've not actually one single-handedly experienced it. You can't tell I'm a Sikh. You won't be able to tell I'm a Sikh. I don't wear my turban like these guys. You can see they're Sikhs.
Yeah.
When I go to work and I'm an engineer, I go surveying a different place in the UK. 99% of people I have no issues with. You'd always get 1%, and now it's exactly the same in.
So where are we getting these vibes?
I don't know. I think because of social media, I think the media focuses so much more on that 1% than 99%. If you go here now, look at these people sitting here sunbathing. 99% do not care what we do in this country. We're here now protesting against India and a lot of the British involvement in what they did to us. No one here has any issues with that. And that's real freedom. Let's go to the Middle East when their own people protest against their own government. Look what happens. I'm totally against what happens in the Middle East. I really am. Any children, I don't care. I don't think any children, no one should die in this day and age.
No, but why they say, why you're practicing your culture? Why you walk in a certain way?
In India,
Yeah.
your example you are giving people protesting in the Middle East, they are protesting in their own country. Remember, you are not protesting today.
Yes, you're completely right. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm making exactly the same point, you see. So we're here. This country gives us the freedom to do so, whereas our own country won't.
No, I know,
You know what I'm trying to say?
but those countries
But no
doesn't
one's
claim
against-
to be free.
No one's literally.
No,
being-
those
okay.
countries doesn't claim to be free.
Yeah, exactly.
But this country claims to
But
be
you
free.
understand is that what you're saying is about the fact that people say they don't like Muslims. I think 99% of people couldn't care what you are, what religion you are, what you do. They genuinely get on. What you see in the news and media.
No, but
I'll tell you what.
a normal Muslim doesn't get that.
Okay, but the normal Muslims are
That's
getting.
my point.
What the normal Muslims are getting is the 1% of 1% of the bad in every culture they have, in every country they have it.
Yeah.
They're focusing more on that and putting that on the TV.
Yeah.
We're here now talking and debating. They're not going to put this on TV
I
because
went
it's
there
too
also
moral.
No, that's my same point. If I
exactly.
flip
I'm
it,
with you.
if I flip that and I say, if 1% of bad Muslims are doing this, why are you blaming me?
Exactly, this is what I'm trying to. This is what I'm
But
explaining. Yeah.
like Raj, like Sarah, like Callum, like Hatun, like there are Christians in this park, there are Sikhs in this park, they say, no, your religion tells you to do this.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
When
I think
Tommy
you find-
Robinson stands and Raj defends him,
But is
for
he-
me, no.
I'll tell you what, Ask everyone here, is he a Sikh? He drinks alcohol.
Well, he says
Well,
I'm a Sikh.
It doesn't matter. So then, I'll tell you what.
That's my point.
Okay, but-
when I say to a white man
Yeah.
or from a Christian that, oh, he killed such a man, I say, it's nothing to do with me. He goes,
Exactly,
no,
yeah, but 90%
because you're a
accept that.
Muslim.
No. See, look, here from
We
my
are
friend,
getting
from my
it. Don't you get it?
experience-
Don't
from
you
my-
get it?
From my experience.
Every Muslim asks, they get it.
Yeah, but I've not seen it. I personally haven't
get
seen
it,
that once.
they get it.
I haven't seen that. In my
That's my
life
issue.
experience, So,
That's my issue. If we are free, everybody is free.
yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yes, but we
I'm not
get
disagreeing
the
with you.
vibes that as long as you're a Muslim, you don't have these rights.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
They say,
But I can't debate.
eat
argue
like
with that,
us,
no.
walk like us, believe what we want to believe, dress like us, and look like us. That's not a free country.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, you should have come last week when there was a march for free speech. There was a lot of people, white, British, or black. There were some of them that they would say that, no, this is what we want from you. If you don't do this, you're not accepted here.
I don't know. Again, I've not experienced it. I've worked in many parts of the UK, went to university. From my life experience, I can only talk about the last 30 years I've been alive. I've not experienced it.
You know, can
Neither
I
has
just
my-
say I'm really interested because when I was at school, when I was about 16, 17, the Sikhs would have been the most obvious of the minority groups. They would have probably been the most persecuted because they were quite, humble kind of people. And yet they have proven to be the model of integration, regardless of all of that.
What do you mean by integration?
Right, okay, look, see these guys here, right? As far as I know, as far as inter-community friction on beyond the interpersonal level, I'm not aware of there being huge problems between the Sikh community. I don't know about the Hindu community because obviously the Amritsar thing is a thing. But I just wanted to make a statement.
No, integration.
Yeah.
What
But-
they have
but can I just say
integrated
that-
into. No,
Yeah,
wait.
that 1%
When you look at
you
them,
Yeah.
They look like different people to the Western countries. Look
they
like
are
Hungary,
different
The
people.
way they
Yeah.
dress, the way they look.
They say that when a Muslim says I've integrated, they say no. But your religion. That's my point I'm trying to make.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm saying what is integration means to you. as a white man.
You just shared some of your experience. You said that in your life,
you're
you've
going
only
again,
you've only experienced
You're not answering my question.
No, I haven't experienced it. What I'm saying is, from 99% of people that 99% of people in the UK or any country in the world couldn't care less what anyone else is doing.
Yeah,
they want to get
that's
on and
all I'm
whatever.
interested
The 1% that the 1% we're focusing on
Hello?
are the ones that are media. And the same with this gentleman here. What he's saying is right. 99% of Muslims are probably fine. That 1% who do something bad, I'm not saying I'm agreeing.
And
it's
they
everywhere.
focus on that.
But to that point,
No,
it's like us-
what
it's
is
like us-
integration means?
Okay, I think the problem here is, let's use an example.
Okay.
In the schools at the moment, they are teaching things, and as a Christian, I'd be against them as well. They're teaching that homosexuality, transgenderism, all of these things are perfectly acceptable. So much as we do have freedom of religion and freedom, in theory, they are teaching things that counter the very core
No,
things.
tell me
So
integration.
how
When
does
I
that
asked
work?
a lady last week, a white, she called herself indigenous. I said, what do you mean by integration? She said, your daughters comes to our school, like in that area, with a hijab. I said, so? Says, that's not integration.
So you have to
Go have a look. Which one of the sisters from the Sikh community don't have their dupatta?
Oh, no, I think in that
That's
respect,
my point.
I agree
You
with
want
you.
me to change myself according to you, so then you call a Muslim integrated.
No. I don't. I agree with you.
The majority does.
Right, but I thought you were directing at me because I understand what you're saying. I totally accept it. In fact, I'd go further. I wouldn't even send my children to the
No,
school.
because you just called the Sikh brothers integrated.
Integrated as
you
far
can-
as the lack of a
Yeah,
breakdown
but why
of
that
social
why
kind
that
of
Muslim girl is not integrated?
thing. No, I don't know if you're understanding what I'm trying to say. I'm not aware of.
Are
there
you
being
getting my point,
huge-
brother?
again, I understand what you're saying, but let me just explain something. The lady you were arguing with last week,
Yeah.
she was here for a specific reason who was probably going to be against us as much as yourself.
Yeah.
They were here for that.
Yeah.
So if you go and argue with the EDL, saying no, we believe integration is not having a hijab.
No,
you
bro,
are saying-
ADL.
Okay.
Tommy Robinson got followers of what, 2-3
Okay,
million?
But ask these chaps here. Ask these two gentlemen here who are Caucasian, they're indigenous. They will say they couldn't care less if they got. So you got to take it in context. Depends who you're debating with. I understand what you're saying. I'm not arguing with you.
Listen.
But I'm just looking at it overall.
I'm an Uber driver. Let's say I'm an Uber driver. I take people every day for living. I live the life of a Muslim. I'm driving. Where are you from, mate? I say, I'm from West London. The conversation should be there. Do you know what he says? No. Where are you really from?
Originally.
And I said to him, okay, I'm from Afghanistan. Guess what his next question was? Do you got some heroin? I live this life.
Okay, fair enough. But
Not him.
Listen. So do you know what? I got a taxi here today to the coast, and it was a Muslim driver.
I'm talking
And I said to him,
generally.
"Salam
I met
alaikum."
people
Can I just
every
finish?
day of my
Listen.
life. When they look at their
You
app,
have to understand, he's speaking
Look,
his own
yeah,
experience.
my
I'm
experience
not debating
at
that.
night.
How many say that?
Wait.
I've been asked multiple
Wait,
times.
at night.
yeah, but I'm not
As
arguing.
a black
I mean,
man, I've been asked, do you got...
I'm not arguing with anyone. That's
I
the
don't
thing.
smoke,
innit?
you don't cigarette.
I've got nothing to debate
That's
here.
my point.
Talking about
Nothing to say.
This country says it's a free country. It's BS. It's not. For us Muslims, that's the way we
Do you
feel.
know what? Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest.
It's BS.
Let's be honest. Now we're talking about freedom. I was born here, right? And I don't mind if you were born here or not. It makes no difference. I'll explain the difference in freedom.
Yeah.
If I went and did this protest
Yeah.
in India, which where we should be doing it,
Yeah.
and it's probably going to end up there one day because the situation's getting bad. Then there will be something going on there.
Yeah.
But if we went and did this protest there, you know what will happen?
Yeah.
Exactly what happens to your people in India. Your
No,
people
but
in India, are
India
very
doesn't
passive.
claim that.
No, they do. They claim to be
No,
the world's
you think
biggest democracy.
BGP will let you guys rule?
Exactly. But they
No, but on the surface, I'm saying it's
Yeah.
hypocrisy. In this country, when it says it's freedom of speech, freedom of
But we're
religion,
more free
it's a
here.
hypocrite.
What it is, okay, look.
It doesn't allow
In your
you.
countries, and I'm going to use Pakistan example. If you say you're atheist in one of the Muslim countries,
Yeah.
again, I've got nothing against any country at all. I couldn't care less. You could be persecuted.
Yes,
quite
they don't
significantly.
claim.
But exactly here,
Remember
we
the
got-
freedom.
We got a lot more freedom
This,
here.
I
No,
know.
what he's saying, those people, they don't have freedom.
My point
What we
is
call
those
freedom here.
countries doesn't claim to
Yeah,
be free.
but can we agree that this
They
country
cannot be just. They cannot be civilized.
This place here is a
But
hell of
this,
a lot more ahead.
I
in
know that.
Okay, so
I agree.
it's a work in progress. Everything is. I'm not I understand your point of view. It's sad that Muslims are persecuted if they are in the way you're saying. I'm not debating against you with that. No one should be persecuted. But what we need to understand is everything's a work in progress. You can't have an easy fix overnight.
No,
you have to change. You can't change 60 million people's viewpoints overnight. Do you know what I mean? It takes
No,
time.
but it's feeding.
I think
It's feeding. People like me or people, so the majority of guys come here.
You know, can I say?
I
say
wanna
this?
ask you
if
something.
if I was in a Muslim country,
Yeah.
okay, and you're talking about the amount of freedom that you say this is a bogus, hypocritical claim that we live in a free society because they restrict you and etc. etc. Do you think I would be afforded the same freedoms if I was living in a? I don't even like to go down these routes because they tend to rub
Okay.
people up.
Okay.
But genuinely, if there was a piece of ground somewhere,
Let's say you go to Saudi.
so no, let's make it a bit more moderate than that. Let's make it easier.
Let's go to Yemen.
Pakistan.
Malaysia, Pakistan.
Don't go to Yemen.
Yeah.
So,
There's
so
war.
we're in Pakistan,
Yeah.
and let's just say I'm here, and I say, well, you know what I got in this Pakistan.
Shall I make it short?
No,
They will kill you.
No.
They will kill you.
I got in a Pakistani taxi, and the bloke made assumptions
it
of
short.
me, and I said, for me, it doesn't really bother me one bit. And then I wanted to start talking to a group of Pakistanis
Yeah, about
et cetera, et cetera.
Christianity.
No, and I actually then said, well, you know what? I think transgender. Not that I agree with it, but let's say Western values I don't accept. But if I was a Westerner, just like most Westerners, I said this, and this, I would expect to get some seriously bad feedback, and I would deserve it. So what I'm trying to say is, your subjective experience, my subjective experience, and his subjective experience that isn't the whole truth. And I think wherever we were, we would all share some of that.
No, my argument, I am trying to express myself. My argument is not what the people like you
Or me.
or you. My argument is the people who come on your face like Tommy Robinson when he stands on a platform and says those grooming gangs were Muslims. If he says those grooming gangs were Muslim men, they did horrible and disgusting thing, I stand with him. But when he says Islam told them to do that, then I say, whoa.
There's some people are not Muslim. They will stand on your side.
Yes.
They will say what Robinson is doing is wrong.
He brings our religion into
Yeah, but
every bad thing.
He's now. You're talking about the extreme on that side. There's extreme this side, that side.
No, but
Look
in the
middle.
park there are people who
Dude, there's
support them.
All these people here.
In the normal life
Okay,
which
no,
I
but-
live, there are people who support them.
No,
On
everyone-
media, he
But
got
there are some
support.
people who don't support
There
them
are
as well.
people who
My
doesn't
friend,
support
look,
them.
Look in this park, right? I can pretty much guarantee no one here is against you.
Yeah.
And this represents, look how many different people are here from different parts of the world, different cultures. No one's against you or your religion. You can't take one extreme, you really can't. You can't take Tommy Robinson to represent the UK, it's not fair. I'm just, like, I'm only being devil advocate here. I know you guys, obviously, Muslims have Islamophobia, but it's more so because the media, I'm telling you, they're focusing on that 1% who are racist to Muslims, and again with the 1% in Luton of Muslims who do protest, behead UK soldiers, we know 90% of the Muslims don't want that, and 90% of the British probably don't want that. This is what you need to understand, there's a middle ground somewhere, and not everyone's against Islam. This is where I think, and I understand you guys have
How
been
can we be fooled 1%?
It's the media, isn't it? But sorry guys, I've got to make a move because I think we've
No
got some
worries.
this
Yeah,
move,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Thank you very much, Ito. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. God bless it.
That was my point. Cheers, mate. That was the point. You alright, brother?
Come take over everything from now to Benjamin. Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Good afternoon. As you can see, we're doing the Remembrance March Rally of the 1984. It's a Remembrance Rally. It's what happened in the 1984. And today is the day when the Indian Army actually attacked the holy shrine for the Sikhs, called it Darbar Sahib, normally people known as a Golden Temple. What really happened was when the 1947 India and Pakistan was separated, we were being promised that you will have the federal rights within the India. So Punjab, which was never been part of the India, they were being submerged into the India as a part of the India. But straight away